Hey, how you going? So, thought I'd pop in and say hello first and foremost, but also one of the things that we were doing our masterclass on the weekend, and I was reminded of something that I have used before. And I thought, oh my God, I've kind of just let it go. And in marketing, it's really, really vital. These are six core elements of successful marketing and how you need to use them in your marketing to make sure that you're getting your message across to the person that you need to get it across to. So to your ideal client, your avatar, whatever language you use for that, but the person is going to pay you money to actually work with you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm going to tell you an overview of these six core elements. And what I found really useful, and some of my clients have found really useful, is when we actually give an example of it or explain it a little bit further. So I'm going to tell you the six core elements, and then today I'm going to cover off on one of them, and the next few days I will cover off on one each day, so that we have the time to really dig down into it. And you also have the time to ask some questions underneath them in comments. And we can really flesh it out so that these core elements are something that you can use, and you can take them, write them down and think, well, how am I meeting these elements within what I'm doing in my marketing plan at the moment? Or how am I meeting these elements? Even if you can transfer them and use them for one post, am I meeting all these elements within this post? So they're really key. I found them so useful in a lot of my marketing. So my clients love them. So I thought, why not share it with you guys as well and add some extra value? So let me tell you the six actual ones first and foremost, so that we can go through it. So number one is attention. So we need to be able to grab attention. Number two is emotional, and we'll talk about that one more tomorrow. Number three is visual bias. Again, I'll explain them a little bit more in the coming days. Then number four is me-centric. Number five is contrast, and number six is tangible. And I know I've just literally wanted to name them out in the six core elements. So you have the titles, if you like, you have the names of the elements. So now let's look at number one, attention. So, what makes you, and we all do it, we're all on these every day of the week. So what makes you stop scrolling when you're on Facebook or YouTube or something like that, wherever your advertising or your medium is? What makes you stop scrolling? Is it that somebody comes out with some kind of novelty? Novelty is one of the best ways to grab attention. If you use something that jumps out at you, or quite often now we use video a lot in marketing, because and the very first few seconds of that video need to be something that will grab attention. If you're writing, maybe it's a sales page, maybe it's a promo post on Facebook, maybe it's wherever it is that you're organizing, or whatever like that, sorry. Wherever it is that you're putting your stuff, that it has to be something that grabs them. So in marketing terms, we quite often call it a hook. If it's a headline or something like that, what is that headline that's going to talk directly to me? What's going to grab my attention? Let's face it, we have technology coming at us from all angles. We're online, we're on Zoom, we're on webinars, there's newspapers, there's TV, there is social media. How is your thing, whatever it is, going to grab the attention of the person who needs to see it, the person that you can help the most? What is the attention grabbing? So sometimes you'd see an example of people doing something like quite disruptive. It's something that they're saying or doing that's way out there. There's some of Facebook advertising is a good way to see it as well. And you'll see, as you're scrolling, you might get somebody going, hey, have you got a second? And it's just grabbing your attention for that moment, because that's all you need to do to elicit some curiosity so that people want to know more. So that's the purpose of the number one element, is to grab attention in whatever way, shape or form that is. And sometimes in networking meetings, people would say to me, oh, so what is it you do? And I go, other than talk a lot and look good or something like that, just so that I would arouse a bit of curiosity so we could have a conversation later. Here's a quick tip to try. You know when you've actually got somebody's attention when the normal changes. So let me give you an example in a supermarket. So just say you're paying for your shopping, for example. So this is a way to practice it. So you're coming up and usually it's like, hi, how are you? Good, thanks. You pay for your shopping. Try saying something a little bit different and you'll notice in that moment, it kind of changes, the energy changes. So for example, if they say, hi, how you doing? You say, oh, actually, I've had a great day. What about you? That would be normal. But if you say, hey, actually, I had a great day. I went down and I saw a giraffe and he had 10 heads and blah, 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 something ridiculous. But they'll stop for a second and they'll pay attention to you. And that's a good way, a fun way of practicing to say things that people aren't expecting or to show up how people aren't expecting just for a moment to see, so you can start to tell when the attention changes, and you will tell when the person, the energy changes in that moment, when they go, oh, what was that? Or they look like that. You can tell straight away that they've gone out of that programmed normal, if you like, when you grab attention. So practice grabbing attention and see what it is and notice what it is that is grabbing your attention, whether it's on your phone, social media, if it's out and about in networking. Notice what it is that's different about somebody that is grabbing your attention, and how can you take that and potentially use that or form it in your way to use so you can start grabbing people's attention, because that is the number one pillar of those 6 core elements of really successful marketing. So for today, it's bye from me, and I'll see you tomorrow for number 2.